Hello and welcome to episode 61 of the Daily Sales Message. Good to have you with us. Now, on the Daily Sales Message, each and every single day, we provide you with a piece of simple, actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell and I teach people how to sell for a living. And for me, that comes in two parts. It starts with having a clear sales message so people understand what you're trying to sell to them. And secondly, you need selling confidence, the ability to be relaxed and comfortable and confident in a selling situation. In this episode 61, we're talking about misleading numbers. Misleading numbers. Now, something that really irks me, really annoys me, is when people, when they're not, lots of things annoy me, but when people use terms like convince and persuade when it comes to selling, because I really don't think that's what you need to do. You just need to tell people about what you're offering to them and they'll make their decision. We don't need to push and convince and persuade necessarily. But the other thing that really irks me is when people lie or they mislead in some way. And misleading numbers for me often comes back to percentages. So if I said, I've got a client who she now makes 200% more per month than she did before. That sounds pretty impressive, doesn't it? 200%. Wow, that's huge. But I'm not telling you what the actual figure is. The actual figure could be she's gone from £1 a month to £2 a month. So still not a lot of money, but in percentage terms, it sounds great. So with misleading numbers, it's all about people just distorting reality and distorting facts and figures to make it sound even more impressive than perhaps it really is. So the next time you see somebody talking about percentage increases in particular, just be mindful that maybe they're using the percentage increase rather than the actual monetary increase, because a percentage increase is more impressive. And if it's more impressive, that means the number increase, the pounds and pence they're making, probably not that great. And in that way, they're trying to mislead you with numbers. Naughty, naughty people. Now, for me, lying in sales and selling is just a no-go. I'm not going to tell you anything other than the actual unvarnished, authentic truth. I even had somebody put on a LinkedIn recommendation. They wrote for me that I think the term was delightfully blunt. I think blunt was definitely in there. I can't remember if it's delightfully blunt or something like that. But it's important. We don't want to be rude to people. We don't want to be too aggressive. But at the end of the day, we have to be realistic, honest, and authentic. Because trust me, if you lie to people, in business or life, they'll always find out that you lied to them. The difference is they won't tell you that they found out. What are you thinking now, haven't I? Okay, that's it for this episode of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow, in episode number 62, we're going to talk about the notion of not being afraid to repeat yourself. Not being afraid to repeat yourself. And I'm not going to do that gimmicky thing where I repeat that a few times so you know what we're talking about. So tomorrow, episode 62, not being afraid of repeating yourself. I'll cover that off. It's a really interesting thing. It's a problem that I suffered with when I first started out in business. And it's something I'm not too fussed or concerned with now. That's it for this episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button or leave a comment or a like rating, depending on whether you're on YouTube or you're on Apple Podcasts or wherever you are. Any kind of feedback, ideally positive, of course, but any kind of feedback, always welcome. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 62 of the Daily Sales Message.